apparently.
Part of it, and it was like echo, echo, echo,
Yeah,
or
something
something.
echo. It was crazy. It was just
Apparently, Alexa just decided to go crazy.
Oh, that's hilarious. And she's like right behind the wall that we're sitting in front of. So all of a sudden, all we hear is like.
Oh, I was gonna do this during the show and I totally forgot, Dada. So we have here's Jared. He's astronomizing.
Oh, live update?
Live-ish update
Yeah.
of Jared being what he's doing is astrology right now. He's trying to figure out what my future is gonna be. Oh, look at that. That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
How neat is that? It's pretty neat.
Pretty neat.
Any others? They realize they're looking the wrong way, right? That
That is kind of epic,
that's
actually.
kind of a hilarious picture, actually.
That's a really big telescope, too.
And
Yeah, it
they're all
is.
like, I'm mad at this telescope. I'm not talking to it anymore.
It's not looking at what I want it to.
Is that it? Is that all we got? All right. So
That's funny.
that's Jared, our astrologer. He's going to come back. He's going to give me like these evil eyes. It's going to be great. All right. We have to build an open.
Yes, we do. I want to apologize, assuming that Jules is still in the room. Jules wanted somebody to acknowledge that France is a spacefaring nation, the third, and has great space capabilities. I wasn't trying to personally dig on France in particular. I think just that
We're
came
using
from
it as an example.
As an example. Yeah, and that's not to say that France doesn't have the
Actually,
capabilities.
France does not have a launcher. Right? Or did I just lose my...
Well, I mean, Ariane space is based in France, so
Yeah.
I mean that counts for something. They produce a large chunk of the Ariane rockets.
I guess.
Well, now only Ariane 5, but
Oh, they do metal work for rockets too. So there's that. All right, that's fair. So all right, but
Italy
it
has
was-
Vega. So
Again, it wasn't designed to be a dig on France. It was designed to be an
No,
example.
yeah.
An example of like we could have picked Africa just as easily as France. Hey, where's my
Area.
where's my my cleany thing?
I have no idea.
Do you know where one of the boxes is?
I know where Jared's box is.
Give me Jared's box for a minute.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sorry, Jared.
Are you? You're not sorry.
I am. Well, yeah, because he's going to freak out about it.
Oh, is he?
see, this is
Where's
because
yours?
last week
What's that one
Jared
over
put
there
in
on top of
Ben's
the- Bring me yours.
earpiece, and so now he's got to even things out.
Yeah, I guess
There
so.
must be balance.
There.
Thank you.
Wait. Where's the camera? Which camera? You can clearly see that does not say Jared Head. I know you can't tell what it says, but it does not say Jared Head. There. This one says Jared Head. You can see the difference. Just want to be really, really clear about that.
Oh, I don't have my thingy. Can I have yours?
Are you?
Yeah. I don't know where mine went. Probably used it to clean Jared's.
Probably. Watch, it's not mine either.
It's gonna be hilarious.
That'd be amazing. Welcome to After Dark, where anything goes, apparently,
Here we
even cleaning earpieces.
Well, I have to because mine's doing weird things.
Yours is doing weird
you know how,
things. How's that a thing?
it's like cutting out because there is a thing.
Gross.
Yeah, these are gross.
What are you? Oh, God. Anyway, so there's that.
See if that fixed it.
So I'm wondering for how many people in
They're
the chat.
custom molded to our ears, and they go like into the ear canal.
You were saying, Mike?
I'm wondering for those in the chat room who were watching the NASA TV earlier, the beam expansion. How many found it really nervous at first when you heard all that popping, but then later it was like really satisfying to hear all that popping, just like crunching like bubble wrap or anything like that.
Gross. Jiffy Pop.
So this is I don't
Good
mean
topic.
this to be self-promotional or anything like that, and that's how this is going to come out. But it is interesting to see like the excitement level over like the Falcon 9 launch and landing, and then the beam expansion is actually just as interesting, but it's so boring to watch.
That's because there's nothing going fast. Like, sorry, there
I
just
guess,
isn't.
but they could have done something.
They could have done what?
I don't.
Pop! Yay! There's nothing like, what are you gonna do, man?
I don't know. They could have bounced to something. They could have done.
If this was
something.
going faster, this is what it would look like. Like, there's nothing to...
That would help. That would help.
Every... Somebody's going to call the cops on us for that.
Thanks, Dada.
Yeah,
Our neighbors are like, what is
the
going on?
just happened.
I don't
Oh,
know. There's someone
also-
got 1 second.
Also, before we get into our thing,
Yes.
Chris Radcliffe said, Ben says, quote, Carrie-Ann, how would you like to describe this thing I just made up? And why is that not a fair statement?
It is a totally fair statement. You do that crap to me all the time, and I hate it.
I do, except that this particular topic, who came up with this topic?
I did, but I wasn't
You
sure.
came up with, this is your topic.
Well-
I'm like, describe your topic. And you were like, I can't.
That's not what you said exactly, and I wasn't sure which direction you wanted to go into because you're crazy like that.
Oh my God, just describe your topic. I blame you for all of those problems.
Yeah, well, most of it's you.
It's all you. All right, what are we doing for the open?
I don't know. We could do it like last week, where I did the open.
No, because you failed at the open.
I didn't fail the open. I did it my own way.
Which was the wrong way.
That's the way you tell every single one of them. Just do it the way that you feel like it. Just
not
you should be doing.
you.
That's on camera. You're all my witnesses.
What?
Space Law says I love married couples. Not for long.
Yep. Well, I feel like I got the two big stories.
Yeah, no
You
joke,
got the-
right?
Yeah, you did. You know what? I'll say. See, I don't want to do that one. I'll say space plane. You'll say. What do you want to do? I mean, you've already done Falcon 9, so do beam,
Okay.
right?
Yeah. So you're just gonna say space plane?
India launches a space plane.
Okay.
You're gonna say,
Bigelow habitat expands.
and you're gonna say.
Gary T would miss Amazon Prime. We're still talking about things we'd miss on Mars. Mars
And say
lifestyle.
Gary T would miss Amazon Prime if he were living on Mars. I like that.
All right,
Does that work?
sure.
You're
Sorry,
welcome, Gary
Gary.
T.
Who's Gary?
Dunno, he's in our
No,
chat
he's
room.
in our chat room.
Oh, okay.
He lives on for infamy now. For infamy?
No, only for the next 10 minutes.
In infamy?
He's infamous. He's more than famous. It's the Three Amigos.
Okay.
All right. None of you. No one got that reference.
Okay. I got it.
He's infamous. What does that even mean? All right.
Really? Yes. You done yet? No. Are you done yet?
All right. Here's number one. Number one. Coming up, India flies a space shuttle.
Bigelow habitat expands at the space station.
And Gary T would miss Amazon Prime if he was living on Mars.
Stay tuned.
What?
It's just
You almost had it.
I did.
Tomorrow begins.
Tomorrow begins. Oh my God, that would be awesome. We would not be able to time it with Mike either. It would be hilarious. We'd all start to do it, and it would all be like half off. All right.
Mike is doing the Macarena 30 seconds off.
Number two. Coming up, India flies a winged space plane.
A new habitat expands at the space station.
And our chat room would miss Amazon Prime if they were living on Mars.
All that and more. Stay tuned. Tomorrow begins right now. Our chat room, we're not using Gary T.
If you want to use Gary T, we can use Gary T.
What did Gary T say?
I don't know.
Hey, at least it didn't make you laugh. That's a usable intro.
I think this is the only thing Gary T said the entire time we've been on air, too.
And now Gary T's like, dang it.
Gary T probably, went into the chat room, said that, and then bugged right out.
Let's go into user list. Is Gary T?
Seriously, right? Did Gary T, left, right?
Yeah, Mary. No, Gary T's right there.
Oh,
Gary T's
okay.
right there.
Gary's dead now.
Where's Ben's grit? Well, Carrie Ann was all like, Ben's not Vince McMahon. It's super nice. I hate it when he does it. Blah,
Let me
blah, blah,
be clear,
blah,
Ben.
blah.
I want you to do this however you feel most comfortable.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I feel like just that part needs to be extracted from After Dark and dropped at the very end of the show.
Even if it's wrong.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I can, sure, Gary T. Let's go. One more time.
All right, number three. Get it right. Let's do it. Energy, people. You're panda, Mike. You're panda.
Spirit fingers.
Spirit fingers. Give me some spirit fingers, Mike. Spirit fingers. There's an anime gift coming out of that. All right. Number 3. Coming up, India flies a space plane.
A new habitat expands at the space station.
And Gary T would miss Amazon Prime if he was living on Mars.
All that and more on this episode of Tomorrow. Stay tuned. It begins. What the hell?
What are you trying to do? What is going on?
You said to be me.
Then do it!
I did it.
Bam!
I'm just a failure.
Ben hates
Gary.
Him.
Oh my God.
I'm going to try something. I don't know if I'm going to like it. Here's number 4.
Perfect.
Number 4. I'm being me. Being true to myself.
Gonna take your pants off?
Who said they're on? Coming up, India flies a space plane.
A new habitat expands at the space station.
And Gary T says he'd miss Amazon Prime if he was living on Mars.
All that and more coming up on this episode of Tomorrow.
Which began yesterday.
Sorry, Mike looks like he's stoned or something.
That's just his face, Cat. Jesus.
It's this creepy, like, half eye open.
I don't know.
Isn't that what I said? Isn't that what I said last week?
Yeah, no, it sounded lame too.
It sounded lamer when you did it because you never do it.
Just because it's new and different. All right, what did the chat room think? We should do a different intro each show like Futurama.
Thank you guys for acknowledging that it was Hans on the shirt and not Elon. There was a lot of people that were very confused by that.
Yeah.
It's a Hans Solo shirt.
That was cringe? They're saying it was cringe. Was it cringe? Space Mike, was it cringe?
It didn't feel good to me. No right now. No right now. Didn't feel good.
You want the right now? Does the chat?
Yeah.
Does everyone want the right now?
You can't handle the right now.
Everyone cringed.
Harrison, no, it will not.
All right, what is this? 5? 6? 5? This is number 5. Coming up, India flies a miniature suborbital space plane.
A new habitat expands at the space station.
And Gary T says that he'd miss Amazon Prime if he was living on Mars.
Stay tuned. Tomorrow begins right now. Internet. A miniature suborbital space plane. I said it. And I
You
articulated
did,
it.
actually. I was really surprised by
articulated
that.
and I said it. So if you didn't understand it, that's on you. All right, that was over the top and dramatic. Are you guys happy?
Freaking hope so.
Ugh.
Gross.
Keeper.
So gross.
All of you all. So I get complaints about that, like, oh, I hated the open. Like, remember, so, okay, let me use all of the words at
All
once.
of the things.
How many sentences do you want to start here?
All of them.
Yeah, he doesn't want to end any of them, though.
Remember, we don't want to freak people out when they're coming to the show for the first time and be like, what the hell's going on, right? The cold open, right? So it's fun and neat and all, but I'm not sure it's...
You can add excitement without being Vince McMahon.
I don't know how to.
I'm just saying you can.
Can I, though?
On this episode of Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. You were more like, on this episode of Tomorrow.
That's not what I said.
Tomorrow.
That's not what I said.
All on this episode of Tomorrow.
That's not what I said. That's totally not how I said it.
I'm pretty sure she said tomorrow.
Nope. That's not how I said it. Want to know why? 'Cause that's not how I said it. Oh, hey, look, we're live now.
All right, we're going to try one more, because one more. One
Good
more.
gods.
One
Here we
more.
go. One more.
Sure.
Here we go.
Yep.
Coming up, India flies a miniature suborbital space plane.
A new habitat expands at the space shuttle.
And Gary
No?
T says, no, I don't know. I'm talking all over you, apparently.
Sorry, I said
My
space
fault.
shuttle, not space station.
That's all right. I still love you.
Number 7. I'm toning down the right now, this one. Number 7. How many of these are we doing for this show?
24. Ready, go.
Jeez. Have we ever gotten, have we?
Yes.
Okay.
That's a stupid question.
Here we go. Coming up, India flies a sub-miniature orbital space plane. No.
A sub-miniature?
Yeah, words are all of the right words in the wrong order.
It's more miniature than miniature. It's micro.
And orbital. Number 8. Number 8, Internet.
Yes.
Coming up, India flies a suborbital miniature space plane.
A new habitat expands at the space station.
And Gary T says he'd miss Amazon Prime most if he was living on Mars.
Stay tuned. Tomorrow begins right now.
There.
And for
Most
the
normal.
and for the record, this was the open from last week.
Thank you. Coming up.
Orbital ATK reveals a cislunar habitat.
NASA observes a magnetic reconnection, and I explain what that is.
I'm really glad he does. And we talk about planetary defense as our main topic. All that and more coming up on this episode of Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
You deserved that.
I did, but you did go tomorrow.
I didn't. Of tomorrow.
All right.
It wasn't of tomorrow.
One for Ben.
Of tomorrow.
Coming up on this episode of Tomorrow.
No. No.
Oh, ouch.
That was awesome. Her battery's crap again.
We lose his microphone again?
Yep.
Yep.
Awesome.
I like how he just holds it up
Wait,
like,
I've got one too.
you have 2.
I do. Crappy batteries.
Do I need to send you better batteries? Because I don't.
Probably.
Who made
We have
those batteries?
I don't know.
That was like Bob's Battery Emporium from there. God. I mean, seriously, what kind of battery?
Duracell, Mike. Duracell.
Or Energizer or anything other than Bob's Battery Emporium?
I was gonna say you just bought a whole bunch of Rayovac batteries.
I
You
did.
should talk.
That's because, so I do. I buy 9-volt batteries in bulk because we need them.
Because we do need them.
And for whatever reason, like Energizer and Duracell are like, this is a 9-volt battery and it's worth $20. And I'm like, no, it is not. And Rayovac is like, this is a 9-volt battery and a pack of 20 is worth $20. And I'm like, yes, it is. Okay, I'm cool with that.
Testing. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Testing. Good comm, Mike. Good comm. We've restored
Hold
remote
on.
comm.
Yes, no, I can hear. Yes, no, we're good. Oi. Oi.
Space
they.
Lost Tomorrow does not endorse Bob's Battery Emporium.
FYI.
Grab the Panasonic 18650 batteries out of our Tesla. No.
And more today on tomorrow? No.
Oh.
Aye.
All that and more coming up today on Tomorrow. From news from yesterday.
Nope.
And right when we say that, too, have like a little like bug in the bottom that says recorded previously.
All right.
But we didn't record it previously. We recorded it after the fact. That's the worst part.
Oh my God! When we first started, before TMRO, before Space Vidcast, before Tech Compass,
No.
before Technology Evangelist was Tech
Yeah.
Compass. Okay,
Yeah.
like 20 years ago,
It was
25 years ago,
like 60 years ago.
like 120 years ago. How long ago was it? About 10 years ago? No, it has to
No,
be
'cause
more. It
this
has to
show's
be
9.
15 years ago.
It's God, really?
I don't know.
I mean, it's gotta be.
I don't know. It's like 15 years ago. So about 15 years ago, I think.
It's like 13.
13 to 15 years ago.
Yeah.
We were doing an audio podcast because all the cool kids had podcasts. That's when the iPod.
Yeah, it's like when podcasts were just barely on the scene.
Yeah, they just come out like a podcast. Like, oh my God, you can have your own private radio
You had,
station?
you had to explain to people what podcasts were.
Yes.
Because the iPod was just barely out.
Right. Yep. So.
No, Ben's hairline's always
No,
been like this. Don't
I
be
have a
stupid
permanent
to Wicked.
receding hairline.
Always like this.
Always. It
Always.
doesn't actually recede. It's just a permanent receding
It's just always
hairline.
like that.
Anyhow, we used a service called Talk Show, and is it still around?
Talk Show.
Was it Talk Show or Talk Show?
No, it was Talk Show, but it always sounded like on Talk Show. Well, maybe it was Talk Show. Maybe it was Talk
I
Show.
think it was Talk Shoe.
On Talk Show. No, so, all right, yeah, no, it was after we were married, so it couldn't have been 15 years ago. Had it been like 13 or 14?
Oh my God.
Are they still around?
I think so. Wait.
No.
Is this the same thing as what it was?
It's gotta be. Yeah, because look at that stupid freaking logo.
It does remind me of their stupid logo.
Oh, Jared's available for a Skype call if we want.
Oh, hey.
Way better than Talk Show.
Yeah, maybe. All right, so we'll complete the story, and then Space Mike, did you have anything else, or can we bring Jared on?
No, I don't think so. So, yeah, that's fine. Did you guys want me to come back after Jared comes on? Otherwise, I'll just start the chat room.
Yeah, I think we'll just do Jared, and then we'll be done, if that's all right.
All right, yeah, sounds good.
Cool, we'll see you next week. Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Good
you,
show,
Mike.
guys. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah.
You still need what?
I still need to get him. Jared.
Jared, that's all right.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, I was going to tell my Talk Show story. So, basically, anytime we started a show, you got this recorded voice, whether you wanted it or not. It went, Talk Show, recorded live.
It was so annoying.
Every time.
So super annoying. Even way more super annoying than the way that Ben is presenting it.
Oh, yeah, I can't make it. I can't present it. God, do they still do it? I want to know if they still do it.
Dan TC24 is asking if we could split screen and get the two of them. No, because that box is like 8 times more expensive than the box we already have, which is already 4 times more expensive than it should be. Right?
Close. So the box that allows multiple Skype calls is $8,000, believe it or not. The box that we have is $4,000, so it's twice the price. I think it's worth $1,000. And the reason these boxes are so expensive is because they're actually the Skype broadcast version that have the SDI in and out that allows us to do all the things necessary for like all of this shenanigans and all of the other things, and like it does the self-healing thing, and then we can bring the blah 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 blah. Yep, we used to not have to do that. We used a little Mac Mini, and we had a little jobbery Jew that plugged into it, and then they broke it all, and they basically said we're not going to support that anymore. You need to buy this box, and so we did.
Yeah, Talk Show. No, didn't we use Talk Show on Space Vidcast?
No.
Are you sure?
No, yeah, when I moved to Space Vidcast, we did it on Tech Compass and Technology Evangelist, but never Space Vidcast. I said when I started Space Vidcast.
Tech Compass, I don't know if Tech Compass exists anywhere
Hi, Jared.
anymore.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Doing pretty good. How's the astrology going?
That's the right
I heard
face.
that.
Oh, that's
Yes.
fantastic.
You say that. I heard you say that, and I was like, I am going to kill Ben when I get back.
So how's it going out there? What's going on?
It's really good. I mean, just look. I mean, look at the sky right now. It's completely clear, and there's lots of people.
So many stars
here,
to
and
see.
they're-
So many stars to
They're
see.
all looking at the sun and everything, and it's just fantastic.
So are they looking at the sun through binoculars? How's that work?
Well, I would always recommend that you put a filter on it, and yeah, everybody's got filters out here. We're not looking forward to anybody going blind today. So
So cool.
yeah, it's pretty nice. I can't wait to get back out here at night and throw the telescopes down and start imaging and stay up all night and then sleep during the day and then come back whenever you're finally alive and then come back at night and keep it going. So
I'm a
that's kinda
terrible
how it
human.
works.
I'm a terrible human being. I've actually forgotten what you're doing out there, other than astrology.
So I'm out at the Riverside Telescope Makers Conference, which is sort of like this big once a year conference that is out at Camp Oaks in Big Bear, out in the San Bernardino Mountains, and it's just basically a bunch of us astronomy nerds get together and we talk about astronomy. We do presentations. We show off imaging techniques. There's like vendors here, so you can buy telescopes if you want to. There's big swap meets to get parts, and then they have this big open field that I'm standing in right now, which is where we come at night. That we then drop our telescopes down, and we just go until the sun comes up. And then when the sun comes up, you pull out your solar telescope, and you keep going all day.
I have a question for you.
Sure.
We got a bunch of pictures from you. Dada, can we send over that picture? Put that in program for me.
Sure.
I would like to know what's going on in this picture. Why are those gentlemen shunning that telescope?
Okay, so that telescope is not operating at the moment because it's a nighttime only telescope, but they are shunning it because it definitely has some issues with it when I looked through it last night. So that's
It's just a hilarious looking picture.
It is, yeah. 'Cause I don't like this telescope. Yeah, with everything that they have there. Yeah.
You buy any cool new toys?
I don't think I will be buying any cool new toys because I actually a friend of mine let me bring up his cool toys this year, and we're just kind of going crazy with all of that. So,
Can you show us the toys you brought?
The toys are actually back at the cabin that we're staying at, which is about 10 miles from here. So,
all right, we'll wait.
Yeah, I could show you some toys. Like,
yeah,
you want
show
to
me
see
some
the
toys.
big telescopes?
Yeah,
okay,
show us some stuff.
Let's go over here.
Just don't get pulled over on the way back to the cabin.
Yeah.
I will try not to.
Jared had a run-in with the police.
Yeah, I always do that every once in a while.
It's all right. You get away unscathed.
Okay, I'm trying to see it because I only have the little screen that I can see with. But there's the
it's
big
good.
one that everybody was facing away from. That's
Go full
just a
screen on
gorgeous.
that.
That's a beautiful telescope.
Nice.
I like it.
It is pretty.
It's very, very nice. Oh, well, I'm learning that you have to mirror things on Skype. There we go. Pretty cool right there.
Quite.
And then I like this one over here. This big.
Just flip to your other camera. Can you hit the little flippy button?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
There we go.
Right now.
Nice.
Boom, easier.
Okay, this refractor right here this is a home built one. Somebody made this.
Nice.
How many people do that?
A lot, actually. And one of the cool things about RTMC up here is that they have competitions for people who have built their telescopes. So they'll actually like come in and judge them based upon quality of build, aesthetics, and other things like that, and uniqueness of the telescope, and you can actually win awards for it. Now, I haven't done that yet because it's really complicated. So.
Hey, Jared, Green Jim 2 is asking, do they have radio telescopes for wireless astrology?
No, they
I
do not.
read it as it was written.
They do not. Although one of my projects I would like to do this summer is to build a radio telescope out of an old DirecTV dish. But that's gonna require a little bit of effort and a little bit of going outside of my general knowledge base in astronomy about that. So, but I would love to bring it up here next year and actually operate it. So.
I think this is a serious question. Space Vogel in the chat room says, what are the sheets that are on the wall? You kind of did a quick pan, and I think...
On the wall.
Yeah, I actually, when you panned over, I thought that they were actually like a line of porta potties. I wasn't paying that much attention.
The sheets on the... Okay, let me see if I can...
I don't know.
If this is it right here.
Somebody said something about stripes,
Go back full screen
possibly.
for me.
Oh, those stripes?
Yeah.
So those stripes are used for calibration.
Oh,
Nice.
like a
So
back focus
focusing
kind of
and
thing?
things like that. Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
So that's what it's used for.
All right. Awesome.
Yeah. It's pretty nice.
That's
Got any other cool things out there?
I mean, there's just like a lot of stuff out here. I mean, we're in the middle of nature, so.
How neat is that?
Hey,
It's
Jared,
pretty
really
neat.
quickly, if you were on Mars, what do you think you'd miss most about Earth?
I would miss In and Out the most, I think.
In and out.
So In and Out, definitely.
Nice.
Yeah.
And if you had the chance to come back from Mars, like you were only there for like 2 years or whatever, what do you think you miss from Mars most?
I probably miss the stark landscape of it because every time I go to like the Mojave Desert out here in California and camp out or do rocket stuff, I always feel like I'm on a non-red version of Mars. And that's one of my reasons why I really love going out there. So I would probably miss the landscape and the beauty of it.
Very nice. Space Cadet 88 in the chat room says, what telescopes are in the domes?
Oh, in those domes? There are, if I remember correctly, there are two 14-inch, or there's a 14-inch and a 16-inch reflector telescope up and in there. They're pretty big, and they do operate them at night up here. So you can go in and watch them operate if you want to.
That's cool. Those are permanent installations?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, they are actually a part of the camp here.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yay. So you're
Pretty
not stuck
awesome.
in quicksand. That's good to know.
No, I am not.
We
so
were worried. So
yeah, it's all good.
All right, cool. We just want to check in, say hi, see what you're doing.
Yeah. Well, it's good to see you guys, of course. So, and Ben, please keep your ears out of my ears, if you don't mind. So, you guys probably thought I wasn't watching, but just because I'm in the middle of nowhere doesn't mean I can't get no signal. So.
No, we were hoping you weren't watching. There's a difference.
That's cool. Yeah, I see how it is. So.
No, it's really cool to have you on. Actually, I like these little jaunts. I wish we would do more of these, like on scene.
Well, in 2 weeks I'm going to be at Large Dangerous Rocket Ships out at Lucerne Dry Lake. So.
Oh yeah.
Do you have signal?
Yeah, I have signal out there. I would be thrilled to come on and show off the flights and everything. So.
Maybe can we use the main topic then?
If you want to.
Yeah, I do. Do you have 13 minutes of content? Like
I do. I can grab some people and get them to talk to us about why high power rocketry is the best thing ever.
Great. What I'll do then is I'll throw it to you. I love how the internet's watching us build the show in 2 weeks. So I'll do the intro, I'll do the slates, and then I'll throw it to you and be like, tell us what's going on, and don't throw it back to me, just go. Go for like 10, 20 minutes, however long you go for a comfortable amount of time. Talk to a bunch of people. And then,
it'd be really cool if I could go out with someone as they're getting their rocket ready and kind of talk to them. That would be really neat.
Yeah, that'd be really awesome. Yeah, we're doing that. That's happening.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Also,
sounds proper to me.
Before you go, Jared, you are like applying sunscreen every 5 minutes, right? Because that head of yours, man.
Yeah, it's we're up at like 8,000 feet up here. So first of all, being as pasty as I am is not particularly helpful. And then applying sunscreen all the time. Yeah, it's just kind of one of those things where it doesn't happen too much. So, but I am being careful out here. I've been in the shade all day because I don't want to get the fresh lobster look. So
yeah,
I've only gone out into the sun for you guys.
And you're already turning red, so go back.
Okay,
go back.
I'm gonna run away from the Daystar as fast as possible.
All right, thank you, Jared.
But I probably shouldn't say that because there's a company called Daystar here, and they might have heard me.
That's hilarious.
I love that company name. That's
we need that T-shirt.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we do. If they have T-shirts, tell them we want them. We'll wear them on the show.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely. All right.
Have a good one,
guys.
Jared. All right, guys. That's After Dark. Thank you guys so much for watching.
That was awesome.
See you next week. And he's sideways. See you next week.